Hello everyone, welcome to FE Learning. My name is Rabbi Alam and today I am going to begin a new series which is on NFPA 20 fire pump. So stay updated and subscribe my channel so that you can get the latest update on various FE topics. So let's begin now. As for NFPA 20, we have two types of the fire pumps. We have centrifugal fire pumps and we have positive displacement fire pump, right? So the first one we have centrifugal fire pump, and we have different types of the centrifugal fire pumps. We have horizontal split case, we have in-suction pumps, we have vertical shaft turbine, we have inline pumps, and we have the multi-stage multi-port pump in the range, right? So just have a look at the capacities which is given in the blue line here before moving to the next page. Okay, so the first one we have horizontal split case, right? And this is just for NFPA 3.3.49.9, right? So this one is most reliable. It's a wide range of capacities all the way from 25 GPM to 5000 GPM. Pressure is 2.7 bar to 44.1 bar. Of course, 44.1 bar is much higher. It's required at some locations, maybe in the high-rise building and in certain applications. It has ease of maintenance and it's a very cost-effective solution, right? And one of the problem with this horizontal split case is that it requires more space compared to the other types of the fire pumps. So if you have pump room and if you have less space in the pump room, then this is not a solution for your fire pump application. So the next one we have the in-suction pump, right? Used for commercial pump application and capacity limited to 750 GPM. So the maximum capacity of this pump is 750 GPM and it is most widely used for commercial application, residential complex and all, where we don't require such high flow, right? In suction pump, the discharge outlet is perpendicular to the suction inlet, right? If you can see, this is the suction and here is the outlet. So it is totally perpendicular. And this is the ideal for project with low capacity requirement because it is has the maximum capacity in usual 750 GPM, right? Now if you are comparing this in-suction pump with the split case, the one we discussed in the beginning, right? These pumps are more compact, so require less space, and in areas where we have small space in the room, it is one of the best solution. We can install this pump over there. And if you can see, we have 3.35 49.4 as for NFPA 20. The next one we have inline pump, right? So this is useful where we have space limitations and the capacity is only up to 2000 GPM. But there is a challenge of maintenance with this kind of the pump, because if you want to do maintenance, you have to remove the motors and then you have to remove all those areas to do the maintenance. And this kind of the pump is only available with electrical motors, so it is not allowed with diesel pump and all because of the configuration of this pump, right? If you can see here, we have the suction and discharge on the same plane on the same line. So if you can see something like this one, this is inline pump, right? The next one we have vertical turbine pump, right? So this is the only kind of a centrifugal pump that can operate without positive suction pressure. Remember, as for NFPA, we must have positive suction pressure at the suction side of the pump, let it be horizontal pump or in suction pumps, because if there is negative suction or negative suction pressure is going inside the impellers, there are chances for cavitations, water hammers and lots of bubble formation. That is the other parts we will be discussing at some in the next coming videos, right? So this is the pump for now. Just notice this is the pump only available with negative suction pressure. It lifts waters and can be used with both electrical and diesel drivers. Look at this configuration, right? This is a basket strainer and then we have enclosed impellers, right? And the ball and all, we have the assembly columns, and the top we have mounted the motors to discharge the water all the way. So all these things are normally available within the water, so we don't have any problem with those cavitation and all with this kind of the pump. So only pump we can use. In a vertical shaft turbine centrifugal pump with rotating impellers, right, or impeller with discharge from, right, it is a pump can be only used on negative suction condition if the tank is just below the pump. Okay, the last one with the centrifugal pump, we have multi-stage multi-foot pumps, right, as per 3.3.49.11. The primary application is for multiple zone in high-rise building, right? In high-rise building, we know we need high pressures. So suppose a building is up to 50 story in height. So this kind of the pump is the best solution for those applications, because those buildings are divided in multiple zones. Maybe the lower zones require less pressure, the higher zones require high pressure. So these pumps provide an alternative to arranging fire pump in series, right? With the high-rise building, we can see that there is a pumps in the series after certain level of height, when one pump is not enough to boost the pressure at height, because we know that 1 bar of pressure can lift water up to 10 meters, or 1 psi can lift up to 2.3 feet. This is why we need to arrange a pump in series if we don't have multi-stage multi-port. So the best solution for high-rise building, we can go with this kind of the pump, right? So what is the configuration of this pump? If you can see, this is a 2-stage axial horizontal split case type centrifugal pump. This is a single impeller pump with multiple this is a single driver pump with multiple impeller operating in series, where discharge from each impeller except the last one and discharge port are provided after multiple impeller, right? So they have different impellers. This is the impeller 1, this is impeller 2, and so on. It will be like in the series. So suppose here we got the waters as a suction from this side, and the first one, it boosts the pressure, and now this discharge become the suction for this one. Now this is a suction and this is the final discharge. This is how this kind of the system works. It can replace the pump in series, and it is the best solution for high-rise building where we need high pressure for boosting pressure, maybe up to 100 meters or even more than that. We can go with the multi-stage multi-port pumps. Okay, so this is all about centrifugal pumps, and the last one we have a positive displacement fire pump, right? So in the positive displacement fire pump, it's generally found in water mist and foam application system, right? We in area where we need small flow and high pressure. Remember, in the foam system, right, we have the water line which is pressurized, and we know that we need 1% foam concentrate, 3% foam concentrate, or 6% foam concentrate. So we have to push the water inside the line by a foam proportional, and that should be going by a positive displacement pump. So 97% of water and 3% of the foam only, small quantity, but the pressure should be much more higher than the water pressure, so that we can push the water inside the system. And the other case is water mist system, right, where we have very high pressure but small tiny droplets of water is more than enough to exclude the oxygen and cool the surface to fight the fire. So this kind of the arrangement we can see in water mist system, foam application system, and also with the civil defense team on their fire trucks, because they need high pressure at some elevation from their fire trucks and so on. So these are the pumps they use on those applications. Okay, so here comes to the end of this module, right? We discussed about the centrifugal pump types as for NFPA, and then we discussed about centrifugal positive displacement pump as for NFPA. So that's all about the first part of this fire pump types. I will see you next, guys. Till now, take care and please subscribe my channel so that you can get the latest update on various FE topics. If you want to contact me, you can connect me through LinkedIn, Facebook, or through the Gmail. My Gmail ID is learnfe@gmail.com. Thank you and see you next time.